Hello everyone, Kara Melendi here from Spiritual Goddesses, sharing some insights on what's happening in the cosmos and specifically taking a look at this recent shift of Uranus into Taurus and giving you guidance on how you can really thrive during this time. And what motivated me to do this video is I've been getting tagged in a lot of posts on Facebook, or had people reach out personally saying, what's going on? You're really feeling like we are up leveling, that this is a time of transition, and it is. This is major. On May 15th, we had Uranus move into Taurus after spending the last 7 years in Aries. And the last time it was here, it was like the mid-1930s. So this really is a time of change that we're in. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that today, and then of course give you some tips on how you can make the most of this energy, because that's always my goal, is helping you co-create magic with the universe and use this energy in its highest form of expression, and being aware of how some of the shadow sides can be expressed, but not getting stuck there, right? Moving to the highest form of expression. So say hi if you are joining me. Happy Sunday. And let me know if you are feeling that it's this time of transition. Some people are finding they're not sleeping as well, or they're just getting more dreams and downloads. Other people are feeling like a stuck energy. So there is no right or wrong, and exactly what you're experiencing can be, there can be a range of things that factor into that, including just what's going on in your life right now and your personal experience, but also how this transition is impacting your natal chart. This is different for everyone. So what house it's falling in your natal chart, if it's forming aspects with any of the planets, that's all going to change how you are experiencing this. Hello, Jessica and Bonnie and Joan and Lori. You're live. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, Lori. Great to have you here. Bonnie is feeling the energy. Claudia, I'm dreaming a lot during my sleep. Yes. Oh my goodness. I've had like crazy dreams last night. Samantha, I'm definitely feeling the change. It's going to scroll up. We have June and Lori Ann. So definitely say hi if you're jumping in. Share this video out. Let's get this information out there, helping people appreciate the power to really manifest with the cosmos and to work with this energy instead of being a victim of it and feeling these changes and transitions, but not knowing what to do or how to work with it. So that really is like our power and key when we can fully step up and manifest with this energy. Hi, Kelly. How are you? And Ty, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I want to start by explaining a little bit about Uranus. So it rules over the planet Aquarius, and this is all about change, transition. It's known sometimes as like the rebel because it really shakes things up. And that's why we really feel it. Like it is a powerful energy that wants to shake up the status quo and establish a new norm. So it doesn't just like shake things up for the sake of it. It really is in order to progress, in order to move forward, in order for us to evolve. Let me know if we have anybody here today who has their sun in Aquarius, your zodiac sign is Aquarius, or maybe your moon or rising is in Aquarius. So anybody that has a lot of Aquarius energy in their chart, Uranus is a strong influence. And their main goal this lifetime is about progression and helping people see things in a new way, helping people think outside of the box. So collectively, we are stepping into that this is a time of change. It's time to challenge the status quo and looking at what we're doing that really isn't working anymore and having the courage to change it. So it's all about originality. It's all about doing things in a new way. And it can be unexpected as well, which is always really neat with these Uranus transits. We never know exactly how it's going to present because it's often change that comes about in unexpected ways. And initially, there can be a resistance to this change. That's another aspect of this planet of Uranus, is that it brings change in unexpected ways and in a new way that sometimes we resist. Because we want to stay, right, in our comfort zone. We want to stay what we're used to, and change can be scary because it's unknown. So that can be an element to this as well. And then to further understand this transit, you need to look at Taurus as well, which is the sign that it's moved into. And what's interesting about this is they're not necessarily compatible energies. So in astrology, we have, like, each of the signs of the zodiac has a ruling planet. And then it has a planet that it feels right at home in as well, because the energy expressed is very similar. But where Uranus is all about change, transition, progression, thinking outside of the box, being creative, shaking up the status quo, establishing new traditions, Taurus is all about comfort and stability and just keeping the peace and the harmony. So there can be a resistance to change. So we have both of these energies now coming together. So it can be a little bit of friction of where collectively we're being called to move forward, we're being called to do things in a new way. Where Taurus is concerned, this revolves around money, finances, banking, how we're using currency and exchange in our life. Also looking at like Mother Earth and questions around farming and using like herbal remedies, and all those things are coming into question, and we're being called to make changes in those areas. And then a part of us is still resisting because we're not sure what it's going to look like. So this can be collectively as well as in your own personal life as well, where part of you may be feeling like it's time to step up, it's time to create a change, but then another part of you is afraid to get outside of the comfort zone, and you're not sure what that's going to look like. Hello, Chris. Bonnie, sometimes I am so tired that it's forced sleep, almost like an off switch. Yeah. Yeah, Bonnie, I don't think you're alone with this. I feel people are experiencing that as well. It's just can be like an overwhelm of change all at once. And it's really interesting because with some of the more personal planets, right, like I do a lot of videos on the moon cycle and the new moon and the full moon, and the moon changes signs every few days. So that, but when we look at a planet like Uranus, again, it's been 7 years since, like, it was in Aries for 7 years, and now it's going to be in Taurus for 7 years. So this stays for a longer time, and when we feel it the most is when it initially makes that shift, and it's in like those first few degrees where we're still adjusting to this new energy. And since this just happened on May 15th, that's where we are now. We're still like getting used to what this new energy is all about and how it's showing up in our life. And this is where it can be very like personalized as well, depending on where this is happening in your chart. And just to give you an example of this, so for me, Uranus has been in Aries the last 7 years, and this has been learning to look at my identity, what I value in the world, being really strong in who I am, learning how to be assertive, have healthy boundaries, really reflecting on what my identity is, right? Those are all some of the lessons, but now it's moving into house 2, which has to do more with like taking care of my physical body. Still, values becomes a theme, money becomes a theme. So depending what area is activated in your chart, this may be in terms of family, where you're seeing changes in family dynamics. This may be in relationships where you're realizing that there's some friction there. So this is also like personalized to each of us as well, depending on what's happening in your natal chart. So that can be another reason why we all experience this transition a little bit differently. Hello, Esmeralda, Lorena. Laurel, Wendy, say hi if you're just joining me now. We're talking about this powerful shift of Uranus into Taurus and giving you some cosmic updates and guidance on working with this energy. So I did say I'm going to share 3 tips on thriving during this time. So the first tip is to look at your life and be honest about what isn't working and what you need to change. So this is key. This is a time where you really are being called to do things in a new way. So look at some of the habits that you have, some of the patterns that you may be stuck in that just really aren't serving you anymore. If you're really being honest with yourself, what do you need to change? And again, some of this Taurus theme can be around money. Maybe it's your money mindset, that if you realize your relationship with money, how you're using money just isn't working for you anymore, and it's time to shift that. So we don't want to be stuck in the shadow side of Taurus right now that says, I'm going to be stubborn and I'm going to keep things the way they are. The best thing you can do with this energy is be honest about what needs to shift in your life and be willing to fully step up and make those changes. And regardless of where this transit is happening in your chart, if you are willing to create change, to challenge the status quo, challenge the old ways of doing things, and to be creative, to think outside the box, that's how you're going to make the most of this energy. So let me know if this is resonating with you, and maybe there's an area that's coming up for you now that you're like, okay, I really need to make changes here. This isn't working anymore. This could be in terms of a relationship. You realize that I just need to get healthy boundaries in place. This dynamic isn't working. Let me know if something's coming up for you around that you realize it's time to make a change in that area. So that is the first key for thriving. The second key is to explore your core values. So Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, which is the goddess of love and beauty. It rules over what you love in the world, your ability to receive. It rules over money. It's like this reminder to enjoy the luxuries of the world, the pleasures of the physical world. And this is a really good time to examine what your core values are and to dig a little bit deeper. Because often we take on values just because they were a part of our family or just because they're a part of society. And this is a time to really look at, what are my values, and is my life an extension of that? Does my life reflect what I value? This is a time where you're going to see changes in what you value. So really take time to explore that. And this comes into play big time with manifesting too, which I'm all about, helping you master manifestation even deeper than that, like co-create with the universe, co-create with this cosmic energy. And in order to really do that effectively and to be happy with the results that you're getting, you need to like manifest from a soul level. And that means connecting with those core values, connecting with your definition of success, and taking action from that space. And that's really when you're going to feel the most fulfilled and you're going to feel the most happy in your life, is when you are in alignment with that. So let me know if that is resonating, and I am going to catch up on some comments. Hi, Misty. Yeah, it's great to have you here. I usually don't do lives on Sunday, so something that I want to do is at least 2 Facebook Lives each week that I'm challenging myself to do, because I really love to share this information with everyone, and I really want to get in the habit of showing up more and sharing what's going on with the cosmos and how you can create with this energy. So you'll be seeing me more often. And Angela, hello. Angela's saying forced growth needs change for me. Yeah, sometimes it's just, you know, recognizing, right, that it's time to grow, that it's time to step out of my comfort zone. And you've probably heard that saying, that's where all the magic happens, is when we have the courage to step outside the comfort zone. And it's so true. If we are just playing it safe, it can be a sense of comfort that's there, but it's not necessarily where the growth happens, where the expansion happens. And Uranus is all about expansion. It's all about progression. It's all about moving forward. So saying yes to that, right? Even though some things in your life may be scary, to say yes anyway and not let fear be in the driver's seat in your life. Bonnie has had an increase in channeling. Ooh, I love that. Absolutely. This is a time where we're really connecting more clearly with this cosmic energy, right? And the messages that want to be expressed through us. That's beautiful. Hello, Krista. How are you? Renee saying this is all making sense. Oh, thank you, Kelly. It's nice to have you here. Stephanie, long time no catch up. I know, it's been a while, Stephanie. It has. Kelly's saying the energy feels heavy lately. Yeah, you know, Kelly, I do know what you mean. There is a sense of that. And I think it's because there has been just some major shifts happening, right? Like the Uranus shift, again, this is like, has been since the 30s, since Uranus has been in Taurus. And we also had the Chiron shift into Aries. So it's like we really are collectively adjusting to this new energy. We're adjusting to this new norm. And it can feel a little bit heavy. And again, this is also going to depend what's happening in your chart and how this is interacting with some of your other planets. And it can be more challenging for some people than others, just depending on what's going on. But these tips that I'm sharing today are, you can use these to really help you excel with this energy. So the first one was all about recognizing what needs to be changed, being honest with yourself about that, and taking the first steps to make that happen. The second one is all about looking at your core values and even going deeper than that. Is your life a reflection of that? Are you manifesting from a soul level? That's where the magic really happens, is when you can manifest on a deep soul level. And that's where you feel more joyful about what you are creating. We've probably all had an experience where, you know, we got a result in our life and we achieved something only to realize we're not happy with it anyway. But if you first are sure that it's actually aligned with what you want, it can be more powerful, right? And you can have that deeper sense of fulfillment. So the third one is reconnecting with the energies of Mother Earth. So Taurus is our connection with the divine feminine. Taurus is our connection with nature. And through this transit, we're going to see a return to appreciating the earth and appreciating that we are all one and we're connected to this energy. So this can be changes in the environment. This can be changes with how we work with crystals. Do I have any other crystal lovers here? I'm sure I do. Let me know if I have other crystal lovers. So I always have this amethyst on my desk with me. Always have it close by when I'm doing my work. And I feel like this transit, because we're working with Taurus, earth energy, can help us appreciate how we can incorporate crystals into our daily life, give us a deeper understanding around that, as well as other like herbs and plants as well, like really returning to the power in that. That's going to be a theme. So for yourself, asking, what can I do in my life to contribute to environmental causes? What can I do to really just get outside and connect with nature more? I know for myself, like especially where it's warming up now, like I love going by the ocean and going out for hikes and just realizing that I live in an abundant universe, and spending time in nature can help you open up to receiving that abundance and that prosperity. And that's another theme that we're working with right now as well, is just opening up to receiving in your life. Taurus is about receiving the beauty of the physical world, whether that's an abundance of love that you want, an abundance of support, an abundance of money. Money is going to be a theme. We're going to see changes in that. And it really is about opening up to receiving that. So really look at your connection with Mother Earth. Look at your connection with nature, how you're contributing, how you're giving back in that way. So thank you so much for all the hearts and the likes. So appreciate it. Let me know if this is resonating. Let me know if you have any questions as well. And I'll scroll down here. So Bonnie's saying some physical symptoms, anxiety, headaches. Yeah, so some people experience things very physically, and Taurus is a physical sign. It's very much about being in our body, and sometimes it can just be those ascension symptoms because we're up leveling, we're changing, we're growing. Sometimes I see it as like a detox as well, right? So some people are more susceptible to really feeling things in their body. So again, you're not alone with that. Krista's intense energy for sure. Scrolling down here, Misty wants some new crystals. Katie is the crystal queen. I love that. Yeah, so we got lots of crystal lovers here. Hi, Lamorla, how are you? And Betsy, I am in love with crystals. I hear you on that. Hi, Heather. So you got lots of crystal lovers. So cool, so cool. And Heather, you're catching me live. So great to have you here. I'm going to be on Heather's show soon as well. So I'm excited for that, Heather. Really excited to connect with you. So those are the 3 tips to really help guide you in this time. Be open to the changes. If you know where this is happening in your natal chart, even better. If you don't, reach out to me here on Facebook and I can let you know about the options that I have for looking at your natal chart. Doing astrology readings are helping you really like manifest by working with cosmic energies, because the more that you know where this is happening in your life, the more that you can be prepared. So you can reach out right on Messenger and I'd be happy to let you know. I have a new goddess membership site now where I guide you to manifest with the cosmos. So I keep you up to date on how this is impacting your chart specifically, the moon changes, the Uranus shifts, all the major planetary shifts. And then, of course, I can also offer a personalized reading where we dive deep in your chart and really explore how these changes are impacting you. But yes, be open to going with change, be open to the transition, examine those core values, make the changes necessary to be sure that your life is a reflection of that, your vibrational match to what you desire, and look at your connection with nature and Mother Earth and how you can really be more in flow with that. I don't know if I mentioned with the last tip as well, connecting with Mother Earth. I think this is also about connecting with the divine feminine. And the divine feminine is all about opening up to pleasure and joy. And I think we're going to see even more of an emergence of the divine feminine and how that works with the masculine energy. Uranus is more masculine energy. So we're also seeing the feminine and the masculine coming together, and we're learning how we can work with this, how they can both come together. And that's another key for manifesting. It's about the receiving, the surrender, and being in flow, but at the same time knowing when to take action, knowing when we need to step up and create change. So I feel that's going to be another beautiful theme that emerges as well. So thank you, everybody who joined me today. Heather's feeling some waves in relationships lately. Neat. Very neat. Yes. That may be an area where it's affecting you, Heather. It may be transiting that relationship sector. And again, like Uranus brings unexpected changes. So we don't always know how the change is going to happen, but trust that it is meant for your highest good. It is meant for progression. Another thing, as I'm talking, I keep getting more like downloads of how this energy is really going to impact us. But Uranus also relates to technology and technological advances, and Taurus is the physical body. So I think we're going to see major changes in like the healthcare system as well, and how we're using technology to help the physical body. So that's going to be another positive shift as well that I feel is going to be coming and going to be a focus for us. Crystal, let me see. And Katie is an advanced crystal master. Teach all about how crystals help us. Oh, I love this, Katie. So this is the time for you, because I think collectively we're going to be more focused and open to that and learning about how to work with the power of crystals. So I'm excited for you. Kelly, define where it is in my chart. Would it be where Taurus is? Yes, Kelly, absolutely. So if you know your natal chart and you know what house Taurus is in, that's where this transit is going to be happening. And then other things you want to look at, right, is not just the house placement, but definitely start there so you know what area, but look and see if there's any other planets that are going to be affected by that as well. Like for me right now, there's a conjunction, which means the planets are within 10 degrees of my natal moon. So this is like changes emotionally for me, how I express emotions, where I find my sense of security. So that's another thing that you want to look at as well. It's really important with astrology that you're taking that holistic look at your chart. So not just one area, but you're looking at how it plays out and how it's interacting as a whole. So yes, but yes, you're right, Kelly, that's where it would be. And once again, feel free to message me here on Facebook if you want more details on that, or you're interested in a private reading, or just knowing how you can work more closely with astrology to really manifest amazing results in your life. Okay, let me see here. Katie has Chiron in Taurus. Lots of healing happening with this energy. It's been a real ride, for sure, for sure. Hi, Kate. How are you? Great to have you jump in. And Lori Ann saying, I've always ignored the body, and now it's coming to me so strong to pay attention to the body with Taurus influence, for sure. Yeah, that's a really good point, Lori Ann. I think it is going to be about getting really grounded in our physical body as well, and learning to listen to the wisdom of your body, right? Like, I truly believe our body has a wisdom of its own, and we carry a lot of memories and emotions in our body, and really learning to honor that and like work with our body is amazing. What we're able to do to really heal ourselves and like feel energized and feel at our best, for sure. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Yes, thank you so much for spending your Sunday hanging out, listening to this. Once again, I ask that you share this out so we can get the information out to more people. And I'm sending so much love and light your way. And I will see you all again really soon. Bye.